Have you ever thought about the immense task of gathering the multitude of people who haven't yet heard the gospel of Jesus Christ? It's a daunting task, isn't it? Yet, in the book of Jacob, chapter 5, there's a comforting reminder. The vineyard, the world where we labor, belongs to the Lord. Each of us has been given a small area to assist in his work, perhaps our family, our circle of friends, or our sphere of influence. And sometimes, the first person we gather is ourselves. Consider the story of the olive trees in Jacob chapter 5. This is not just a tale of trees, fruits, and laborers, but a symbolic narrative about God's interactions with his people throughout history. The vineyard represents the world, and the tame olive tree stands for Israel, or those who have made covenants with God. So then, what could the wild olive trees symbolize? What might the good and bad fruit represent? Remarkably, this story, which spans nations and centuries of world history, is also about you and your life. It is about Jesus Christ. As you read, see if you can spot him. What do you learn about him in verses 40 to 41 and 46 to 47? Now consider the other servants mentioned in Jacob chapter 5, verse 70. These are people like you. What truths do you find in Jacob chapter 5, especially verses 61 to 62 and 70 to 75, about working in the Lord's vineyard? As you read about the last time that the Lord labors in his vineyard, what inspires you to serve the Lord with your might? Perhaps you can recall a personal experience in which you felt joy while serving the Lord of the vineyard, maybe through sharing the gospel, serving in the temple, or strengthening others. Each time you help anyone take a step toward making covenants with God and receiving their essential baptismal and temple ordinances, you are helping to gather Israel. It is as simple as that. Consider making a list of what you can do to help gather Israel. From your list, what do you feel the Lord would have you do today in his vineyard? And remember, the Lord rewards us for service in his vineyard. As Jacob, chapter 5, verse 75 says, "All those who have been diligent in laboring with him shall have joy with him because of the fruit of his vineyard." Through this journey and in my own life, I have come to know the truth of these scriptures. I bear my testimony that God knows and loves his children. He will prepare a way for each of them to hear his gospel, even those who have rejected him in the past. And when the work is done, we will rejoice together in the fruit of his vineyard. I invite you to subscribe, like, comment, and share this message with those who you think might benefit from this lesson. May your understanding of the scriptures continue to deepen, and may you find joy in your service in the Lord's vineyard.